Let me tell you the tale of death. Death was always there, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to make its presence known. It was a constant reminder of the impermanence of life, of the fragility of the human body, and of the inevitability of the end. No one knew where death came from, or what it looked like, or even if it had a gender. Some believed it to be a grim reaper with a scythe and black robes, while others thought it to be a gentle presence, taking the hand of those whose time had come and guiding them to the afterlife. But regardless of its form, death was always feared. People whispered its name in hushed tones, as if speaking too loudly might bring it closer. They avoided cemeteries and haunted houses, and tried to avoid thinking about their own mortality as much as possible. But death was always there, watching and waiting. It took the old and the young, the rich and the poor, the healthy and the sick. It didn't discriminate, and it didn't care if you were ready or not. One day, death came for a young girl named Grace. She was only 17 with her whole life ahead of her, but death didn't care. It took her in the middle of the night, stealing her away from her family and friends without warning. As Grace's parents mourned their daughter's passing, they couldn't help but wonder why death had taken her. She was so young, so full of life and potential. It didn't seem fair, but death didn't care about fairness. It was simply doing its job as it had always done and always would. It was a reminder to cherish every moment of life, to love deeply and fully, and to never take a single breath for granted. And so, as the years passed and more people passed on, death continued to watch and wait. It was a constant presence, a reminder of the beauty and fragility of life, and a solemn reminder that no one could escape its grasp. But even as death continued to take its toll on humanity, there were those who refused to give up hope. They believed that there was more to life than just living and dying, that there was a greater purpose to it all. These people sought out answers in ancient texts, in the stars above, and in the depths of their own souls. They sought to understand the nature of death, to find a way to transcend it, to conquer it once and for all. And then, one day, a breakthrough was made. A group of scientists discovered a DNA editing approach to halt the aging process, to extend human life indefinitely. It was hailed as a miracle, a triumph of science and technology, a way to defeat death itself. But as the years went by and people began to live longer and longer, something strange yet obvious began to happen. The world became crowded and overpopulated, resources became scarce, and the quality of life declined. People started to question the wisdom of extending life indefinitely, and wondered if death had been right all along. They wondered if there was more to life than just living forever, if there was a deeper purpose to it all. And so, in the end, they decided to let death have its way. They stopped the anti-aging genomic editing and allowed themselves to grow old and die naturally. They accepted their mortality and learned to cherish every moment of life, knowing that it was fleeting and precious. And in the end, that was no longer feared, but accepted as a natural part of life. It was no longer a grim spectre, but a gentle presence, guiding the way to the afterlife and a new beginning. And humanity was all the better for it. It is not death that the human should fear, but he or she should fear never beginning to live.